1. Introduction: The Power of Design. Life is built, not discovered. Is shaped, not stumbled upon. Every day you and I pick up a hammer and a chisel, carving the sculpture that will one day bear our name. Most people don't realize it, but they are designers. Whether the design is intentional or accidental, that's the real question. The walls we live inside, the income we earn, the health we enjoy, the people we attract, all of it is the result of design, conscious or unconscious. You see, life doesn't give us what we wish for. It gives us what we design for. Wishing is easy. Designing is deliberate. I remember a young man who once asked me, "Mr. Rohn, how does a person build a great life?" I told him, "The same way you build a great house, you start with a blueprint. No carpenter walks onto an empty lot with a hammer and says, 'Let's see what happens.' If he did, we'd call that chaos, not construction." Yet that's exactly how most people live. They wake up every morning and let the day design them instead of the other way around. A blueprint answers the big questions before the first nail is driven. What do you want this house to look like? How many rooms? What kind of view? What kind of foundation? The clearer the plan, the smoother the building. Your life deserves that same clarity. You wouldn't risk a $10 project without a plan. So why risk a lifetime without one? The moment you decide to design your life, you step out of the crowd and into the company of creators. The masses drift with the current. The designers learn to steer. Design begins with a single decision: to become the architect instead of the occupant. And once you make that decision, everything changes: your thoughts, your schedule, your associations, your standards. That's what this message is about. Not chance, but choice. Not luck, but design. Because life, my friend, is too precious to leave to default settings. 2. Why most people drift. If designing life is so powerful, why do so few do it? The answer is simple: philosophy. Your personal philosophy is the set of beliefs and ideas that guides your daily decisions. Most people never choose their philosophy, they inherit it. They get it from parents, television, the crowd, or yesterday's habits. Jim Rohn used to say, "Don't just let the seasons change you. Change yourself." But that requires awareness. People drift because they live by reaction instead of intention. They respond to the day instead of directing it. They trade purpose for distraction and call it busyness. Drifting begins quietly. It starts with one postponed goal, one compromise of standards, one day lived without reflection. Before long, a person wakes up years later asking, "How did I get here?" Here's the truth. You can't drift to a destination worth arriving at. The wind will never blow you to the mountaintop. It only takes you in circles. To stop drifting, you must decide to steer. And steering begins with a clear vision of the harbor. When you know where you're going, even the storms serve you. Without a destination, every wind feels like opposition. So the first act of wisdom is to pause and design the course. Ask yourself, where do I want to end up? What kind of person must I become to get there? Because success isn't something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. Most people chase results. The wise design character, and character determines destiny. 3. Building a clear vision. Before you can build it, you must be able to see it. Every great achievement begins as a clear picture in someone's mind. The mind paints before the hands build. Think of an architect. Before the first brick is laid, she's already walked through every hallway in her imagination. She knows the color of the walls, the placement of the doors, the way the light will fall in the afternoon. That picture guides every worker, every purchase, every stroke of paint. Without it, the project collapses into confusion. Your life works the same way. You can't build what you haven't yet imagined. Vague images create vague results. Take a quiet hour and ask yourself, who do I really want to become? Not just what do I want to own or earn, but who will I be at the end of this journey? How will I think, speak, and act? What kind of peace will I live with? What contribution will I make to others? Paint that inner portrait in detail. The more vivid the picture, the stronger its pull. A half-drawn vision inspires half-hearted effort. Close your eyes and see it 10 years from now. Where are you sitting? Who's beside you? What does your morning look like? Do you rise with energy and purpose, or with worry and regret? Don't censor yourself. Be honest. Clarity is not arrogance, it's accuracy. You can't hit a target you refuse to name. Now add the outer image. What do you want to create in the world? The home, the business, the investments, the influence, the freedom. Let the inner and outer merge into one coherent picture. A life that matches your deepest values. Once that picture is alive in your mind, something powerful happens. Direction. Direction gives purpose, and purpose gives meaning to every action. When your vision is clear, decisions become simple. Every new opportunity, every invitation, every distraction is measured by one question. Does this move me closer to my vision or farther away? That single filter saves you from years of detours. It keeps you from saying yes to what merely looks urgent and no to what truly matters. Clarity eliminates confusion. Most people never take this step. They're too busy surviving today to imagine tomorrow. They run so fast that they forget to ask where they're running. But imagination is the architect of reality. If you don't design the picture, the world will hand you one, and it won't fit. So make your vision clear enough to guide your energy and large enough to stretch your faith. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Keep it in sight. The more often you review the picture, the more it becomes part of you. Because when the vision is clear, it begins to pull you like gravity. You no longer push yourself through every day. The picture draws you forward. It becomes your compass when times are confusing, your anchor when winds are rough. That's how the great ones live. They see the end before they start the journey. They design their days to fit their destination. You can do the same. Don't let life surprise you. Let it follow your script. Don't let time write your story. Be the author. The moment you commit to that clear vision, the design of your life truly begins. Part 3. Building a clear vision. If you don't design your future, someone else will design it for you. And here's the truth, they won't design it in your favor. Life is a lot like construction work. If you don't hand the builders a blueprint, they'll just start guessing. They'll build what's convenient, not what's meaningful. And one day you'll wake up and realize that you've been living inside somebody else's plan. So before you pick up a single tool, before you take another random step, you must build a clear vision. Because you can't build what you can't see. The vision always comes before the victory. Every great achievement begins in the mind of a dreamer who dared to picture something better. A man cannot rise above the picture he holds of himself. You don't need to have everything figured out, you just need to know where you're going. Rohn used to say, "If the future is clear, the present gains meaning." And he was right. Clarity gives birth to discipline, and discipline shapes destiny. Without vision, every action feels random. But with vision, every effort starts to count. Most people, sadly, never design a picture of their ideal life. They simply wake up and react to whatever the day throws at them. They live on autopilot, working jobs they dislike, spending money they don't have, chasing goals they don't even remember setting. They're climbing a ladder for years, only to find it was leaning against the wrong wall. That's not life by design, that's life by drift. But the good news is you can choose differently. You can decide right now to become the architect of your own story. Start at the end. Don't start with what you have. Start with what you want. Don't begin with your current limitations. Begin with your desired destination. See the end in your mind before you take the first step. That's how visionaries think. Ask yourself, who do I want to become? Not just what do I want to own, but who do I want to be? What kind of thoughts will I think? How will I speak? What type of energy will I carry into a room? What kind of peace will live in my heart? When you become more, you attract more. The person you're becoming decides the life you'll experience. So close your eyes and picture it vividly. 10 years from now, where are you? What does your home look like? Who are you spending time with? What kind of work are you doing that gives you joy instead of exhaustion? What contribution are you making to others? Don't worry if it feels unrealistic. Every masterpiece begins as a wild idea. Imagination is the architect of reality. Paint the inner and outer worlds. Your vision has two sides, the inner picture and the outer picture. The inner vision is who you want to be, your values, your character, your energy. The outer vision is what you want to create, your career, your finances, your home, your lifestyle. Both matter. Because if your outer world grows faster than your inner one, you'll sabotage your own success. But if your inner world grows first, the outer one will naturally follow. So build inside before you build outside. Decide what kind of human you want to be. Decide what principles you'll never compromise. Decide how you'll treat people, how you'll handle adversity, and what legacy you'll leave. When that inner vision is strong, the outer one becomes unstoppable. The power of clarity. Clarity is power. It doesn't make the path easier, but it makes the direction obvious. When you know exactly what you want, decisions become simple. Every day you can ask, does this move me closer to my vision or farther away? That single question is a compass. It turns chaos into structure, confusion into confidence. The clearer your vision, the fewer your distractions. You start saying no to things that waste time. You stop chasing what's popular and start building what's purposeful. Remember this truth. Vague goals produce vague results. Specific goals produce specific results. Clarity gives control. So define it, write it down, draw it, speak it. Make your vision so detailed that you can almost feel it in your hands. The courage to dream again. Most people stop dreaming because life taught them to settle. They've faced failure, rejection, or disappointment, and now they think dreaming is foolish. But vision isn't foolish. It's faith. Faith is seeing the invisible so that you can do the impossible. You must give yourself permission to dream again. Not small dreams, clear dreams. Dreams that remind you who you were before the world told you to be realistic. Don't measure your vision by what you currently have. Measure it by what you're capable of becoming. Your future doesn't care where you started. It cares where you're going. Let your vision lead you. When your vision becomes clear, something beautiful happens. It starts to pull you forward like gravity. You no longer have to push yourself every day. The vision does the pushing. You'll find yourself waking up earlier, focusing better, working smarter. Not because you're forcing it, but because you see something worth moving toward. You'll begin to filter everything, your time, your habits, your relationships, through the lens of your vision. That's how you transform random motion into meaningful progress. So don't just design your goals. Design your life. Don't wait for perfect timing, create it. Don't let fear write your story. Let purpose hold the pen. The blueprint of tomorrow. Here's the truth. Your future is not built in a single day, it's built daily. Brick by brick, habit by habit, choice by choice. Every small decision today is a seed for tomorrow's harvest. If you keep planting intention, you'll eventually grow results. So draw your vision, refine it, protect it from negativity and doubt, and keep it in front of you, on your wall, in your journal, in your mind. Because the clearer you see it, the faster you'll move toward it. Your design begins the moment you decide to stop reacting and start creating. The moment you stop wishing and start building. The moment you say, "This is my vision, and I will live it." That's where clarity becomes creation. That's where a life of design truly begins. Part 4. The components of design. Once your vision is clear, it's time to build the structure that supports it. A dream without structure is only a wish. And the truth is, wishing changes nothing, building changes everything. Think of your life as a house. The vision is the blueprint, but the components are the materials. You can have the finest plan on paper, but without bricks, beams, and hands to build it, nothing will ever rise from the ground. Success isn't a miracle. It's a method. It's a system of building blocks, pieces you put together in a certain order until the design becomes reality. And every builder knows, if one piece is missing, the structure weakens. So what are the essential components of your design? They are the same 4 pillars that hold up every great life. Skills, habits, relationships, and resources. Let's explore each one. 1. Skills, the tools of your trade. Every future demands its own set of skills. You cannot step into a new level of success with the same tools that built the old one. If your vision is the destination, your skills are the vehicle that gets you there. Without them, you're stuck walking, tired, slow, and frustrated. Rohn used to say, "Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better." That's the key. Success isn't about waiting for luck. It's about preparing for opportunity. Skills are what turn effort into excellence. They make your work predictable. They give you confidence. Because when you know what you're doing, fear fades. Study, practice, repeat. That's how mastery is built, not overnight but over time. A few hours of focused learning each week can transform your entire future. Remember, every professional was once an amateur who refused to quit. Every master was once a student who stayed curious. So whatever your dream is, leading, teaching, creating, selling, designing, sharpen the tools of your trade. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You rise to the level of your preparation. 2. Habits, the daily architecture. Skills show what you can do. Habits show what you consistently do. Your life is nothing more than the sum of your daily disciplines. You can't wish your way to greatness. You must walk your way there, step by step, day by day. One disciplined hour can change a day. One consistent habit can change a year. A handful of good habits can change a life. It's not what you do once in a while that defines you. It's what you do every day, even when nobody's watching. Rohn often said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day." That's it. The small decisions that seem harmless in the moment. The skipped workout, the wasted hour, the missed opportunity. Slowly shape your destiny. So design your habits with intention. Ask yourself, what daily actions match my future vision? What routines will make success inevitable? Make discipline your ally, not your enemy. It's easier to act yourself into feeling than to feel yourself into action. Habits are the invisible architecture of achievement. When you master them, your future starts building itself. 2. Habits, the daily architecture. Skills show what you can do. Habits show what you consistently do. Your life is nothing more than the sum of your daily disciplines. You can't wish your way to greatness. You must walk your way there, step by step, day by day. One disciplined hour can change a day. One consistent habit can change a year. A handful of good habits can change a life. It's not what you do once in a while that defines you. It's what you do every day, even when nobody's watching. Rohn often said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day." That's it. The small decisions that seem harmless in the moment. The skipped workout, the wasted hour, the missed opportunity. Slowly shape your destiny. So design your habits with intention. Ask yourself, what daily actions match my future vision? What routines will make success inevitable? Make discipline your ally, not your enemy. It's easier to act yourself into feeling than to feel yourself into action. Habits are the invisible architecture of achievement. When you master them, your future starts building itself. 4. Resources, the materials of growth. Every builder needs materials, not just tools. For life design, your resources are your time, energy, attention, and money. These are the 4 currencies of progress. Spend them with care. You don't need endless resources, you need focused ones. A single hour used well can outperform a wasted day. A few focused dollars invested wisely can produce more than thousands spent carelessly. Resourcefulness is more powerful than resources, because even when you don't have much, creativity can multiply what you do have. Ask yourself, how am I investing my time? Where is my attention going? Who or what gets the best of my energy? Is my money flowing toward my future or my distractions? When you direct these resources toward your vision, everything begins to align. Because whatever you consistently feed grows. Whatever you starve fades. Guard your time like treasure. Guard your energy like currency. Guard your attention like it determines your destiny, because it does. The power of integration. Now, the magic isn't just in having these four components. It's in aligning them. When your skills, habits, relationships, and resources all point toward the same vision, progress becomes effortless. That's what makes success look lucky to outsiders. They see the results, not the alignment. They see the fruit, not the roots. But alignment creates acceleration. When your daily habits support your skills, your relationships reinforce your growth, and your resources fuel your goals. Your life moves forward with power and precision. So take time to review your design. Ask yourself, are my skills improving every month? Are my habits disciplined and consistent? Are my relationships positive and purposeful? Are my resources being directed toward my vision? If the answer is yes, keep building. If the answer is no, adjust the blueprint. Because the structure of success isn't luck or magic. It's clarity and consistency. It's building the right pieces in the right order until the dream stands tall. The architecture of achievement. People admire success but rarely study its structure. They see the mansion but never the measurements. They see the fruit but never the soil. But now you know the secret. Success is a design built from simple components. And if you can name the components, you can build the whole. So define them, write them down, track them, refine them, because the day you start managing the pieces of your life is the day you start mastering your destiny. Your life is under construction. Every thought a blueprint, every action a brick, every choice a tool. Build it with intention, and soon the design in your mind will stand firm in reality. That's the beauty of design. It doesn't wait for luck, it prepares for it. And when preparation meets opportunity, success looks inevitable.